So, hello and welcome to Queendom TV, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys another one of my conspiracy theories. Now, I'm going to be talking about meta, and I'm going to be talking about meta because I've noticed that anime has a tendency, and I'm going to be doing a whole new section of videos about anime and how it like illustrates things that are actually going on, because I think it really is illustrating a lot, especially like spiritually related stuff. But anywho, before I get into it, please hit the subscribe button if you're feeling the vibe and you want to join the tribe. Don't forget to comment your thoughts down below. Comment now which anime you might think I might be comparing this meta thing to, and ultimately maybe why this conspiracy theory is a conspiracy theory in the comment section down below. And also don't forget to like. Now, meta is going to be this online yada yada yada. I don't need to explain meta to you. Mark Zuckerberg, with all his weirdness, has explained. Sword Art Online is a anime show which I actually watched a while ago now, and pretty much it's about like a game that the characters go on to, and it's called Sword Art Online, Sword Art Online, right? And in the game, it's like, you know, the usual, I think they call it RPG, like a role-playing game where you like have an avatar and you do stuff and you make money and you buy stuff and you participate in stuff. And it's one of those, you know, you got to defeat people, you got to try and progress, yada yada yada, right? Now, this is where I want to connect this all to meta, because right now I think meta is very much in the phase of sounding something very much like that. Sounding very like, oh, it's just going to be somewhere where you can come in and make money, you can come and do this, yada, 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 right? Well, what I've actually been wondering is, what if the goal at the end of the day with meta and all this metaverse stuff, because obviously everything's going to be on there. I think they're probably working on technology. I was having a conversation with my brother actually about like, will people be able to eat on meta? Because I was saying, obviously, if you're online with something, you can't do the normal stuff. So are people going to log off to then eat? Are they going to have a way that you can eat through meta and stuff like that? Obviously, you know, these are the logistics I'm thinking about. You're going to need to go to the toilet, you know. Obviously, I'm not saying that they think everybody's going to be there all online all the time, but I think a lot of things are going online, and I think they're using the current situation in the world to be that kind of the precursor as to why we need to push it for everything to be online, right? My concern is that we're going to find ourselves where we found ourselves in Sword Art Online, where at a certain point, the headgear that they used to wear, because they used to wear headgear. This is why it's all very connected, if you ask me. They used to wear headgear on Sword Art Online, and the headgear was kind of similar. Well, it's very different, but similar concept to like the VR kind of goggles and stuff that we have now, right? It's the way for you to really be inside the game and feel like you are as a person inside the game. But there became a point with Sword Art Online. For those of you who've seen it will know it's actually really good. I recommend watching it, guys, if you're interested in like anime and stuff, where they put the headgear. I think it was like, I can't remember exactly what it was, and if any of you have seen it and you remember how to break this down, please write it in the comments for the peoples. Please write it in the comments for the peoples. I'll be so appreciative of that. But basically, you had to, I think it was like, defeat the game, or the headgear would kill you, something like that, pretty much. So you could no longer just take off the headgear when you were done, like how you could have done before. Just take off the headgear. Now the headgear was fused, and now it's like, well, you got to stay in the game now, and you got to defeat the game or something like that, for, you know, otherwise you're going to be dead. And people did die, people going to hospital in the real world. It was a crazy thing. In the real world, I say in the real world, IRL, I mean in the real world on the show. And yeah, so I've been wondering, what if this is where meta is going? Because personally, I feel as though, I've said this before and I'll say it again, that right now the real war we're facing is a war on free will. A war on free will where people are getting us to willfully give in to things. Because this is the thing, I'm a Christian and I've talked about Christianity on my channel and I do in my videos, and I believe, you know, that the battle that's going on, everything that's happening is a very spiritual element to it. And I believe that God gave us free will. He gave us free will so much so that we can choose whether we even want to get to know him or not, right? But one thing I notice about the evil powers of the world, because it always works the opposite, good and evil, they're always at opposites, but they do have similarities, because the dark kingdom always wants to mimic the light kingdom, right? So I wonder if the dark kingdom wants you to give up your free will by saying, oh, I'm going to join into meta because you chose it, right? So if it's the enemy in heaven talking to God, he's going to be like, well, look, I gave them the choice. I didn't force them to get into Meta. And this is why free will and making choices is so important, because you making a choice, you're held accountable to your choice making. That's what this is all really about, if you ask me. This whole battle between light and dark, right? What do you choose? Even in your small everyday actions, are you choosing something that's going to bring light? Are you choosing something that's going to bring darkness? Are you choosing to plant a good seed? Are you choosing to plant a bad seed? That's why a lot of other religion, well, I don't want to call them religions because Christianity is not a religion, but that's why a lot of religions and just spiritual beliefs and stuff, they're all based on those same principles, because it's how it works, how the world works. And we know that's how the world works, right? So the thing is, is what if this is what they're going for? What if they want to take over total control of us by having us all on this Meta, like similar to how this Sword Out Online thing is? Because apparently all the big brands are already on Meta now. Apparently all like Gucci and all them kind of brands, I mean, are now already on Meta. What if what they're trying to do, we've obviously had crypto coming in, which is now our online currency. We've got NFTs now. So we're really moving into the age where, you know, even now we don't even use cash anymore, really. We just use cards. Like, imagine, like, people are moving away from cash. It's happened to me a number of times, because I'm very old school and traditional, as those of you who are on here would know. I don't know what it is about me, but I just like a lot of old school stuff, right? And I still try to pay cash for a lot of stuff. And obviously you can still pay for cash, guys. It's not all the way over the top yet, but it is weird sometimes. People are like, oh, you want to pay cash? Oh, we forgot about that. Like, is there even money in the till, kind of thing? No, I'm joking, but you get what I'm saying. So I wonder, and do you know where I think we're going to end up with all of this? I feel like we're going to end up where The Matrix was. And I don't know if you guys have seen The Matrix. The latest one just came out. Haven't seen it yet. Planning on seeing it. Loved the first three. Concerned about the last one, based on a lot of things that have shifted and changed in the world and in the just a lot of things before this one. But I still will be watching it. And one of the things that is interesting about The Matrix is the fact that in the Matrix, people are in the Matrix, and what they actually are in the Matrix is they are like, that they look like, when they show what's outside of the Matrix, it shows that all the people in the Matrix are literally like almost like a how could I put it? It's almost like a supernatural, not a supernatural, like a physical field where they're all just attached to this machine, and they're just like in there. They don't know, it's not their real life. This is all in their imagination. This is all like a computer program, essentially, right? It's all a computer program. And the thing is, the people don't know they're in that computer program. So what actually happens in the beginning, when Neo, aka Keanu Reeves, is broken out of the Matrix, is he gets broken out of his little pod, where he didn't even know he was in a little pod. He thought he was living in the world. He thought he was walking. He thought he was a real human being having real experiences. And then he's discovered now, oh, wait, no, I'm in this Matrix thing, right? And that's what the Matrix is. So I kind of feel like the Meta is the Matrix. And it's really ironic to me how they are, it could become like the Matrix, sorry. And it's really ironic to me how they release movies and stuff like this right under people's noses. And I think it's because people out there, this is why I love the entertainment industry, because I feel like it's the one place where people can say things, like they can explain all the stuff I've just said. I've all used things that I've seen to describe, right? I use Sword Out Online to describe what Meta's gonna do, what I think Meta's gonna do. I'm using the Matrix now to explain why I even think, how I think that's even going to work, kind of, because we're going to kind of essentially be like, you know, those, although we will choose to go into the Matrix, essentially. And I think it's because people have, that's one thing we have with the entertainment industry, is that you can show things that are truthful and kind of get away with it more than, let's say, me making this video where I might get censored. Meta might try and get my video shut down. Meta might do whatever. Whoever might do whatever, right? Whoever who's running this Matrix might be, you're not happy that I'm telling y'all what's really going on, because it's probably something similar, you know, is happening. So to me, it just seems like with the world where we're at, how we've been prepared to, you know, work from home, be comfortable at home. Technology is advancing so much. We've got all the VR. We've got crypto. It just all seems to be adding up to this kind of, let's all start as a lovely game, like it did on Sword Out Online. It was a lovely game that they all used to go on, and I was even like, oh my gosh, I would love to play that game. Sounds like such a fun game. And then all of a sudden it got very serious. But it was in a serious situation where, could they really get away with it? Not really. But did they still do it anyway? Yes, they did. And that's what a lot of people in the world, I believe, a lot of powers of the world are prepared to do. They're prepared to do things that they know they technically should not be able to get away with, and they're just going to do them anyway, because they know they can just do them anyway, because what are you going to do? And especially because, and this is why I think even the decisions we make now, they're testing us to see what kind of things can we convince you to do before you then decide, so that we can see how easy it is to get you into things you don't fully understand, right? And then on the other end, by the time you realize what's happening, it's too late, you know. And I think a lot of people are kind of feeling in that place right now with what's going on in the world, that there's maybe some decisions they're not happy with, they wish they hadn't made, etc., etc. But it's kind of like, well, you're in it now, so what are you going to do now? You know, kind of thing. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. What do you think about my conspiracy theory? Do you like conspiracy theories? I love throwing out a conspiracy theory. I also am going to be starting another playlist for anime shows as well, because I'm going to be talking a little bit more about them in different ways, so definitely check those videos out. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, and like the video. God bless you all, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.